Hi, I'm Tisha,
I'm Loren.
and this is the Open Booked Podcast. Today we are talking about Lights Out. Who is the author? I realized in our
Oh,
last
it's
episode I didn't mention the author. I kind of feel bad.
Navessa Allen, I think is how you
Yes.
say it. Navessa.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
first time I'd ever heard of her, which is exciting. I love new stuff.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be a series,
Is it
maybe.
like
I
Into
hope.
the Darkness novels?
Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I really liked it.
I did
What
too.
did you think? Yeah.
I did too. This book is just giving Hunting and Haunting Adeline. I actually think it's a little bit less.
Okay.
I think you need to read Hunting and Haunting Adeline next.
Oh, for sure.
You liked this one? I was reading it and
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
really liked
it's
it.
giving the same energy. Tisha will eat this other
Okay.
one up. Unfortunately, Hunting or Haunting, whichever one's first. Haunting is first.
Okay, yeah.
And that was my first dark romance novel. So I really got trial by fire uh, with it. But no, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, so what are you reading now?
I just finished this book a couple of minutes ago, so I have kind of a clean slate, but I'm thinking that I'm gonna read Tour or listen to Tour Wars by Carla Luna. I think I've
Okay,
talked
yeah.
about her before. She's on all of her books are on Everand, and they are like quick little cheesy rom com, like just a good like in between a book like this, and I
Okay.
can bust
Yeah.
them out in like 3 hours. So it's a good like get your book up, but also have a cute storyline. Like one of them was very give off Indiana Jones, which is one of my favorite series. Is so
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed. I'll probably listen to that because there's one that came out that I haven't read, and then I've read all of her other books. So just need to get caught up. What about you?
I am listening to From Blood and Ash by JLA.
Oh, you started.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start that next, and then we can cover it.
Yeah, maybe. Because I mean, I think it's like at 2.0, I think it's like a 9 hour read. Like it's not terrible by any
Yeah,
means.
it's not Crescent City.
Yeah. Yes, I finally finished it.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah.
The third one, you
I don't
finished both?
know. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm just like, it's the anticipation for the next one. So I'm like, I don't know what to expect because of like the meshing of kind of the two worlds. I was like, okay, but I need more.
I need more meshing. Like, I think by the end of the third one, they're not really that meshed anymore.
Yeah, they kind of separate at the end.
Yeah, but I could see in like another, maybe even the next Akatar, maybe some more mentioning
Yeah.
of it or like another perspective.
Yeah,
That would be
since
cool.
it talks about like Nesta, and I thought it was sweet and funny the way Asriel's like, think about Cassian, like come back to us.
Yeah.
It's okay, like think about Cassian. Think about your sisters.
Her power is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you get to witness that in that
For sure.
book because you don't really know but by the end of Avatar, but you don't like know.
Yeah.
If it's still there, I thought she lost everything.
Yeah, I thought she kind of gave it up. So it's like, did that happen at some point? Because she specifically mentioned like she had only become, what is the word? Faye, like 7 months before. So
This
I'm
is
like,
recent.
yeah. So I don't know. She said she had done something, not become Faye 7 months before, but she had done something, defeated someone or something 7 months before. And I was like, okay, but like the end of Nesta's book is like a year and a half after she like defeated Hybern. So I'm like, where does this fall in? Like, I need a timeline.
I bet we could find one on Reddit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, great though. It just leaves you wanting more, and you know both of those series are unfinished, so now we just have to wait for SJM to like do her thing, I guess.
Yeah. Destroy us all in the next year.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're on the JLA journey,
Yeah.
which is exciting. Those are definitely on my list, and they're all on Everend, so that's exciting.
Yeah. And I was, especially after all of the drama that's happened in the last couple months with the
A
whatever,
Polycon.
yeah, Polycon,
Hmm.
I was like, I don't even know if I want to start this, but it was there. And I was like, well, I already have it saved. And it's like the shortest thing I can listen to
Yeah,
on my TBR. So I was like, I'll just start it and hope for the best.
yeah. I'm sure it's good. I mean, it's big for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll jump into that too. I've been reading so many like standalones or like little quirky,
Yeah.
witchy, I read all those. And I'm all caught up now and I'm like, I need something different. So some romantasy might be the razzle dazzle that we need.
Yeah. I'm only 8 chapters in, and it seems to be kind of similar without being as much world building as like Akatar.
Okay. I figure the first ones they always suck because of the world building.
Yeah. So anything going on
Oh yeah, I got a
this
list,
week?
girl. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um, First we'll start with Diddy. Okay, we're gonna get it out of the way. Again, like we said last week, it's so much to go into for us to keep up with every single lawsuit that's filed. So I'm pretty much just gonna take notes of like the biggest events. And now, mind you, I'm getting this information from a person on TikTok, which I can, pass along if you guys want to know. Seems to be a very reliable source, realistic, sticks to facts, doesn't go into a lot of the propaganda, that sort of thing. So, the craziest thing I think that has happened so far happened this week. Number one, apparently that book that we had talked about that was Kim Porter's was fake.
Mm,
Amazon took it down, I guess. Now, if
okay.
there's something more to that and you guys know, share with us because I want to know, but that is what I heard.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently, Kim Porter was a smart woman because she had several flash drives that she gave to a friend that she
Hmm.
trusted. I'm assuming as an insurance policy. Now, it's supposedly the same friend who has the entire book that she wrote, a tell all book.
Hmm.
That is not the one that was like published. This is the real one.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, fact checked, the real deal. This is hers. And the flash drives as well. Now, I believe they turned it over to authorities, so at this point, it'll just be like how the cases are handled. But apparently, one of the videos on these flash drives has a clearly visible video of 8 well known celebrities. Two of them, possibly three, I think they were unsure of the age at the time, but if you have to
Yeah.
say possibly three, I'm going to count it.
Yeah.
Were minors, and they stated that all of them were drugged and victims. Like they weren't the perpetrators, which has me thinking of this differently. So all these celebrities they're talking about naming, are they naming them as victims or are they naming them as perpetrators? Because I think it probably is both ways now after hearing about this. So you
Yeah.
come in, you get drugged, the story is the same on all of these. You have to take a drink, and then you're disoriented, you wake up, and you can tell that you've been sexually assaulted in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently he videoed it. You don't even know what's going on because he's giving you like ketamine.
Yeah.
Um, and so that to me, this is the craziest because in my head this whole time, I kept thinking like, oh, the kids were victims, like Justin Bieber, and there was this other girl I saw a video who she voiced. She was like 10 or 11, like a little kid. And he asked her if she was coming to his after party from like the Teen Choice Awards or something, or like the Nickelodeon. And she said, yeah. And he like got all excited and it wasn't like being fake around a kid. It seemed like he was being genuine and it gave me the ick. It was Diddy.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
can't remember who this girl was. She was with Kutcher on stage. And she had won an award that night and she was a voice actress in something. She was also in something else, some kid show.
Hmm.
And the excitement he had that a little kid was coming to, in my opinion, no offense, because you have children, if I'm going to an after party, that's a party. And if children are there, that's a different vibe. So I'm not going to be like
100%.
excited because I'm wanting to drink. I don't
Yeah.
understand, but I don't know that we'll ever understand Hollywood. But in my opinion, this has been probably the craziest revelation since all of this because it has me thinking of the celebrities maybe in a different light. Like maybe they were just there trying to get up with the cloud and build their careers and got drugged and raped. So I just hope it justice is actually served. That's my biggest worry
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. It's terrible. And I'm seeing more and more stuff talking about how JLo was like involved and helped hide things. And I'm just like, for someone who has kids, I just don't understand how you could do that to another person.
Like she has like a lot of kids. I think she has
Yeah.
like five.
Yeah, I think so.
But the thing that's being sus about J Lo, I think this happened this past week as well. She was being a normal celebrity, getting pictures taken, signing autographs. Someone asked her about Diddy. She lost her mind and ran away.
Stopped. Yeah. Yeah, that's sketchy AF.
She should have just said like, "Oh, I'm sure the authorities have it in hand," or like just some
Yeah.
generic vague comment. That tells me she's scared. That people act like that. She's had media training for 30 fucking years. She has
Yeah.
been in front of the media for over, maybe even over 30 years. When did she get famous? Probably early 90s. So,
Yeah, because of the Selena movie.
yeah. So she knows how to handle the media and crazy questions, especially having been engaged 7 times. Like,
Yeah.
and divorced half, but some of them never made it to marriage. I don't know. Especially with her like relationship background, like she should know how to handle questions that offend her. So the
Yeah.
fact that she ran tells me like she's fucking scared.
Yeah.
And other celebrities are being the same way. There's all these rumors about Ashton Kutcher like not even living with Mila Kunis anymore. I don't know how true all this stuff is. Like completely out of the spotlight. These people have like gone AWOL, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Literally running away.
Which Ashton Kutcher, if it's true, will hurt me the most because I used to think so highly of him
Same.
about the sex trafficking, what he
Yeah.
would do for sex trafficking, and like how he had an outspoken voice about it. One that will not surprise me, which Diddy talks about a lot, is Leonardo DiCaprio because his girlfriends are literally barely legal. So that tells me like I mean, I'm talking 30, 40 years younger. Like, I get it, they are legal, so really it's just weird. But like, if you're the first person on Diddy's list, you know this is going on. I'm gonna say you dip below the pool, the legal pool
More
as
than
well.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, which sucks because I think he's a great actor too. But
Yeah.
I hope we're all wrong, and I hope it's just Diddy. But I don't think that's the case.
Not at this point.
But anyways, enough about Diddy for now. The Micah Miller case. Did you follow that
Oh,
when it
I haven't.
happened?
I did. Yeah. Did something new
Apparently,
come out?
yeah, this week, hubby, preacher, psychopath, got raided not for her murder, for financial crimes. Raided by the feds. So, bro is probably taking donations and doing illegal shit with it, is how it sounded to me.
Oh,
Financial
100%.
crimes. That's like very vague for doing things he shouldn't be with money. Which I'm like, I
Yeah. I
can't even
mean,
think of a financial crime besides like insider trading.
well, I mean, when her incident happened, it all came out that he was like paying prostitutes and making her sleep with them and like
Yes.
all of this terrible stuff. So, I mean, he's directly being paid by the church and he learned this somewhere.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and I
He
mean,
just come up with it on his own.
yeah, like it's so hard not to kind of vilify the church, but when you see things like this happening and it's leaders of churches and it's happening time and time and time and time again because they feel like they are like above the law because they're religious leaders and I mean, they don't pay taxes because churches don't pay taxes. So they get
Don't
away
even
with
get me
so
started
much
on that
stuff.
shit. Don't even get me started on that shit.
Yeah, it's so frustrating and annoying that like these organizations get away with literal murder and
Yep.
um, the American people just keep paying for it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. No, and I say this as a Christian, so everyone don't cancel me, but there is a huge fucking problem with the hypocrisy in the Christian church. I will say that. I don't know about other churches. I grew up non denominational and in a very Bible Belt community.
Yeah.
And to the point, the churches held the liquor licenses in our town so we could have one liquor store. Literally. I used to think it was a joke. It was not a joke. I
Oh my
think they've started to
gosh.
let them go now because there's like a couple of restaurants that serve margaritas and stuff, which I'm like, well, that's cool. Did not have that when we lived there, but we had
Yeah.
one liquor store. Um, and so I say that there's some huge problems. Now there is a lot of really really great good people doing a lot of good things in every religion or no religion. But the
Yeah.
problem is some get away with it more than others because of financial status. Murtaugh murders, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Murtaugh, you remember that when that whole case was out? That was like very much Southern money, political position. Like it's all the same to me, and I just feel like everyone should be treated equally.
Mm-hmm.
Taxes, crimes, all of it. You should be treated equally as anybody else. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. My personal opinion, I think the husband definitely killed the wife. Said personal opinion or had someone kill her.
I feel
She did
like
not
he
suicide.
definitely orchestrated it in some way. Only because they supposedly have video of him and the mistress at like the exact same time somewhere else on like a traffic camera. So I don't feel like he was there, but I feel like he definitely orchestrated it and his dad had something to do with it.
Yeah, I agree. The
Yeah.
family was definitely helping, or knew and didn't prevent anything, or helped him
Yeah.
hide it.
And it's like, this affects, because they had kids, right? Two or three?
I don't remember about the kids. I just know he
Yeah.
groomed her. He was her youth pastor. And
Mm-hmm.
then when she became of age, they got married. So I'm like, you can't tell me some shit wasn't going on before.
Exactly. Just like so many other public relationships.
Yeah. Yep. And it's so
Yeah.
sad because kids are impressionable, and you shouldn't have to worry about those things because you just think people should be worth a shit, and they just aren't. I mean,
Yeah.
I lost all faith in humanity the other day, and I'll tell you why. Where I work, I'm on the sixth floor, and my desk is close to the window. Now, behind the office building, where I have a beautiful view of, is two roundabouts. When I
Mm-hmm.
say roundabouts, I mean they're single lane. There's a divider if you're turning, or you stay straight to go straight. You can't fuck it up. Like they have it dummy proofed. And not only do I watch people all day long go on the outside lane to turn and then go around the median to loop back in, that is bad enough. I watched a lady, and I should have called and had her license revoked. I am telling you. She went the wrong way down a one way and then went the wrong way around the roundabout. And I said, this is the moment. I have no fucking faith in humanity. Zero.
Yeah.
people are
It's
people are stupid.
it's terrifying what is on the roads at any given moment.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so terrifying. Anyways, that was kind of dark, and I got on a little bit of a tear there, but hope you enjoyed that story. Um, the next thing is some somber news about Peanut the squirrel. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start by saying this topic is very close to home for me because I had a dog with epilepsy that I put down last year. So, my first instinct to the internet, who is shaming people for putting down an animal with epilepsy, is fuck you, because sometimes you have to. My
Mm-hmm.
second response is, how bad is it? Because we lived with it for 5 years before we made that decision. Like, was it just one seizure? I don't think we have all the details. All we know is that this very smart, very well trained TikTok sensation squirrel, the state of New York euthanized due to a seizure or seizures. Now, like I said, this is very close to home with me, and I have a lot of experience with seizures. If he just had one, that's not really that big of a deal. Now, if he's having them all the time and they're extended, he's getting brain damage, and you have to start thinking about quality of life. So I think before people just like get the pitchforks, like learn the whole story. Maybe he's been struggling with seizures for 10 years and he has brain damage. I don't know, but people need to get their facts straight before they freak out.
So, in our girl chat on X, obviously previously Twitter, it says that the New York officials raided their home, took Peanut and their raccoon, and killed them.
Okay,
so not just Peanut the squirrel.
Story.
Yeah.
So I heard that he had to get euthanized for seizures.
I don't think that was it at all.
Okay, so get the pitchforks out then. Maybe I need my story straight before I get fired up. I'll own it. If they just raided someone's home, good thing it wasn't in the South, motherfucker, because these rednecks would have shot their asses for coming after their coon.
Yeah, Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon.
I didn't know about Fred, but are they not allowed to? Those are like considered exotic pets or something? Like, probably. I need more info.
It says they were euthanized to test for rabies.
You can test for rabies without being euthanized.
100%.
And I promise you would know if either of those animals had rabies.
Yeah.
You would fucking know. If they had rabies, they would have to be euthanized. I get that. Maybe they did, but you don't just get rabies in New York City with indoor pets. Like, don't you get that from interaction with another animal with rabies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says the Department of Environmental Conservation began looking into the animal's living situation after it received multiple reports from the public about the potentially unsafe housing of wildlife that could carry rabies and the illegal keeping of wildlife as pets.
So it's illegal there? Okay, so this is sounding sus.
Yeah.
I just noticed it's gotten political. Like, Trump posted and said the liberals of New York put down Peanut. And that's what I originally looked it up, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened to Peanut? Because I've seen the videos. Like, he's been everywhere, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then I obviously heard about the seizure thing, and people were like, you don't put down an animal because of seizures. And I'm like, does anyone want to meet me and fight? Because I will fucking fight anyone who argues with me about that. So, one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life, so that's not something to joke about.
He told the Associated Press he was aware that owning a wild animal without a license in New York was illegal. He said he was pursuing paperwork to certify Peanut as an educational animal. As for Fred, the raccoon, Longo, the owner, insisted he was merely rehabilitating the raccoon following an injury and planned to release the nocturnal mammal back into the wild.
Okay, so
why take them both and euthanize them both?
Why euthanize them at all? Why not just relocate them to a state or rehabilitation center where it's legal? I don't I know.
Zoo?
Yeah, because I know several people who had raccoons as pets here. Like, I know someone right now who has a raccoon.
My son's grandmother had one for like 2 years.
Yeah. Like, I think they're legal here. I know it's not legal to have a pet deer, but I knew people who had those too.
My great uncle had a pet squirrel for like 15 years, I feel like. Like, literally my entire childhood. I feel like he always had a squirrel. I don't know if it was the same squirrel, but he always had a squirrel.
In Oklahoma?
In Arkansas, in Avoca.
Okay, so I guess maybe our laws, I mean, of course our laws are chiller than New York. New York is like one of the most law-infested states because of the city, but I mean, Arkansas don't give a shit if you have a squirrel or a coon, I guess.
No.
You should have just moved down here. Okay, if they did it for that reason, that's real shitty. I see why people are pissed now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll circle back to you guys as we hear more on that.
More evidence of the government overstepping their bounds.
Oh, not the government. Tax dollars hard at work, friends. Oh, goodness. Okay. Nicholas Alexander Chavez back in the drama. Did you hear about this? Okay.
No.
I literally, my note says, poor guy is just surrounded with controversy. Okay, so first controversy was apparently, which I actually saw this video. This girl, which Nicholas Alexander Chavez, I'm just going to call him Nick for simplicity on this podcast while we're talking about this, because I don't want to say that the whole time. Beautiful name. Yeah. I just don't want to say it the whole time. Okay. He first went viral because there's this influencer girl when he after Monsters, after The Edit. You know what I'm talking about. Dimes, me motherfucking, like all of his little videos, okay? She posted, was like, I thought he looked familiar. Apparently she had matched with him on this Raya app, okay? I got in a little black hole. Raya is Tinder for celebrities. Okay, so I think she was saying, like, historically, because she pulled, I think her video got taken down and everything, or else I would pull it up, but she, like, had gone to his, and he's, like, leaning over a motorcycle. It's, like, his modeling photos, which, let's be real, bro is fine, okay? And she was like, oh, I thought he looked familiar, and it showed that they had messaged, but it never, like, went anywhere. But I think it was historical. Well, Raya ended up kicking her off because apparently there's, like, to be on Raya, you have to be quiet because you're literally just, like, celebrities talking to celebrities. And so her going to, like, a TikTok platform, they kicked her off. But the controversy was he had a girlfriend at this time. So the internet thinks that he was cheating on his girlfriend being on Raya at the time. But the timelines weren't 100% clear. That was an assumption. Then, of course, we talked about last week the Halloween costume photo, which, like we both said, that was a rock and a hard place. If he would have taken the picture, he got the shit. If he wouldn't have taken the picture, he would have been an asshole and not nice. Like, he couldn't have won that. And then the most recent one, oh, no, there's another comment. He said that he didn't have any desire to meet the real Menendez brothers. And people are just like, whereas Cooper, the guy who plays the little brother, is like, I hope they get free. He's, like, very outspoken, like, trying to free them. Whereas Nick is like, I don't really care. Like, to him, I think it was just a job, you know? Which is fine. Yeah. That is his job. Okay, so the most recent one. Apparently he's in the show Grotesquerie, which is on Netflix, but it's like Hulu. But since Disney owns Hulu, it's on Disney... No, sorry, not that. It's on Disney Plus. Okay, and apparently it's like American Horror Story style. I think it's Ryan Murphy that produces it as well.
Yeah. Okay,
and which would make sense because Ryan Murphy did Monsters. So Ryan Murphy has a tendency to use the same actors and actresses over and over again. If you look in Monsters, there's a couple people in there that were from American Horror Story. And then also, season 1 of Monsters, which was Dahmer, has his favorite actor ever at Evan Peters. Evan Peters is in everything that Ryan Murphy touches, okay? So, anyways, Grotesquerie, there's something to do with a priest, and it's very religious, right? But at one point, he's like Jesus on the cross. And somebody posted that on Halloween, and everyone was assuming that was his Halloween costume. So everyone's going and unfollowing him and making videos with Bibles and all this stuff, not realizing that that wasn't his Halloween costume. That was him in a freaking TV show. So I'm like, how did this get so misconstrued to the point we're canceling him? I'm like, guys.
So I looked it up, and he posted Brat Supper with the, like, the nails in his palms.
He was crucified.
Yeah, Grotesquerie FX season finale is out now. And then it shows him on the cross. Mm-hmm. And then he's literally doing the brat dance, like...
Okay, I didn't see the brat dance.
As Jesus.
Okay, now... I'm sorry, it's for a show. It wasn't his fucking Halloween costume. Why is everyone canceling him?
Also, everybody has to realize he is 25 years old. Like,
Yeah.
he's just doing dumb 25-year-old boy shit. Like,
Yep.
just let him fucking live his life. If he wants to do stupid shit like this, that's also funny, even though it's blasphemous. Like, just let him live his life.
Honestly, he probably a year ago was fucking nobody, right? So
Literally.
he went from a 24-year-old starving artist to like the best thing since sliced bread in 6 months. So bro's just living life. He needs some more media training. So what? It'll be fine.
Yeah. But he's 6'1", it says.
Oh, I didn't think he was that tall. I thought
And he's
the
from
little brother.
Houston.
Oh, he's a Texan. All right, a Southerner.
Yeah.
Everyone's calling him a white boy though, but I'm pretty sure he's Latino.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it
Doesn't
doesn't
really
matter,
say.
but
Yeah.
I heard some people, like one woman in particularly, hating on this white boy, blah, 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 and I'm like, his name is Nicholas Alexander Chavez. To me, that gives Latino vibes, and he played a Latino in the Menendez show. They're Cuban.
Yeah.
I don't know, he may just be a white boy.
Maybe.
Either way, he's a good-looking guy that just got super famous.
And he just doesn't know how to handle it yet. Just let him live his life, okay? He's a little boy.
Let him take pictures with fans. Let him be on a dating app. Let him not care to meet criminals who murdered their parents. I mean, I don't really think it's that much of a red flag. I know everyone's like got the hots for him, but like the actual Menendez brothers, but I think they're getting them confused with the actors that play the Menendez brothers.
Yeah, IMDb does say his race, ethnicity, wow, is Hispanic, Latino, and white. So he's mixed.
Got it.
So he's white presenting. I mean, he very much does look pale white, like me. Like, if you see me next to my family, you would never know we were related because I am so white, and all my family is very dark Native American, and people are like, what?
Including your children.
Exactly.
They're little brown boys.
Yeah, Kaylin is. Keaton, he has to be out in the sun a little more, but yeah, he can get pretty tan too. Yeah.
He freckles a lot, but yeah, Kaylin, he looks like brown. I'm like, I want your complexion, little man. Like, seriously,
Same.
He's got a great complexion.
Same. You mentioned Rhea, which reminded me. Did you see the whole Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan drama?
Yes. I almost put that on here, but I was like, I don't know how much we want to talk about all that. All I know is I've seen a ton of memes joking about Zach Bryan after being with someone for a year and a half, buying a house in their hometown and getting a lab, and he's like, peace. Like, he's done this 3 times, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell from his songs he's not a great human. I mean, the fact that he served his wife divorce papers while she was deployed tells you everything you need to know. But he's an amazing artist. Mm-hmm. Love, and everybody can deeply relate to his songs and lyrics. But he's got some mental instability, and that shines through his artistry and his relationship history. Mm-hmm. So he broke up with Brianna, whatever day, and then the next day, which it takes 2 days minimum to be approved to be on Raya, and he was on Raya the next day. So a lot of people think he was
going to get kicked off.
Double dipping, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably on there. I mean, he probably started it before they broke up. Like, he knew he was going to break up with her. What I think is shitty is they're both very well-known celebrities, and people have been really into their relationship and following it. And I think they obviously had broken up and had talked about it, but him just going and posting that shit without, like, talking to her about how they were going to make public statement, like, whatever, that was shitty. Like, that was like him wanting everyone to know that he was single. 100%. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's not even considering how famous both of them are and how much hate they're both going to get in text, in comments, and threats, probably. Like, you just have to think about that shit.
Yeah. It seems a very Morgan Wallen-esque thing to do. Like, going out to the, what was it, the college campus during COVID, making out with like 25 girls.
Literally. I will say at least he was single then, but still fucked up.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
how his baby mama was like commented on a news post about it and was like, "You have to take a COVID test before you can see our son." Died.
I love that.
I died because that was like literally peak 2020. It was insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Oh, the drama. I'm so glad my life isn't in the spotlight. I would get criticized daily. Like,
Same.
oh my gosh, Loren drives like a maniac. Is she going to Seven Brew again? Not Chipotle again. Yeah.
Have you been to Centerton recently? We just got a Chipotle.
Yeah, the last time, where did we go that we went through there? Maybe Jesse had a job and I rode with him to get a check or something. But we went through there, I'm like, damn, when we lived here, they didn't have half this shit.
I know.
Y'all moving up in the
growing.
world.
Yeah.
But, okay, you got any book talk drama? Anything fun this week?
Since we recorded, I'll go back to it.
I don't
Since
think
we recorded
anything's
so
new.
late, yeah, there's not much new there. But I did see, apparently, someone found an author on Venmo and requested $100 for emotional reparations. As a joke, but still, it's very much crossing a line of like, let people live their lives just because they're famous or you look up to them or whatever. Like, there's still people that want and deserve their level of privacy.
Yeah, it would have been funny if she commented on like a post and said, requesting $100 for therapy because of what your book did. Like, that would be funny. The thought is funny. The execution, it's a little creepy.
It is. And believe me, I am the first person to go like FBI level research on somebody. Like, I literally did this the other day, found an address and looked somebody up and found out how much they pay in taxes and what their home looks like. But I wouldn't ever like publicly post it or like tell anybody anything. It's just my own curious little mind. Like, I wonder.
If anyone tells you when their neighbor's house goes up for sale that they don't look through all the pictures, they're full of shit because we all do it.
Oh yeah, 100.
Immediately Zillow. I actually have a funny story about that. Okay, so we had a Halloween costume contest at work. And in case you guys didn't see it, I was Forrest Gump. Full beard, everything. Shorty shorts, running Forrest Gump, okay? I thought I was hilarious. It ended up being the first, like, chilly day we had, so I had to, like, literally walk around with a blanket, but it was fine. Anyways, in my building, like I said, we're on the 6th floor, so we get to see a lot. There is this man that walks in every day, and he just has the pep in his step. He's real trendy. He has, like, R1 bag, Birkenstocks, like, high-water jeans with tall socks, like, you know the vibe, okay? The little cute hat, the circle glass. Okay, he is the movement. He's the moment, okay? We say main character energy. Anytime this guy gets out of his car, we're like, yeah! Like, because he walks like, he just carries really good. I'm not like an energy person, but like, you could feel his because he just carries so much positive, fun energy. Well, we were doing a costume contest for icons. So I did Forrest Gump. We had someone do Rosie the Riveter. One girl did Abby from NCIS, which I thought was very creative and hilarious. And we had like a Patrick Mahomes, Where's Walt? Like, it was fun. One girl dressed up like that guy we always watch. Literally dressed up just like him. So then we all go FBI level. We have to find this. This literally happened this week. We have to find this motherfucker. Okay? So we know he's on the elevator with us. He goes up. We're 6 floors. There's 10. So we know we have 7, 8, 9, 10. We know he doesn't work at JB Hunt, which is the 10th. So we narrowed it down, okay? 7, 8, or 9. Go to all the businesses. One of us is on LinkedIn. One of us is on Instagram. One of us is on... I mean, we're like looking. Okay. She ends up finding him. She walks into his office, says, do you have someone that looks like me? And the girls literally that were all working there died. They thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. And I was like, okay, this might be like a little weird. Like, this guy might be like, these people are gonna murder me. So then he comes out. At first he was and then he thought it was hilarious. He's taking pictures. He's got his bag. He's flopping it out. She made a bag to match his. And then he comes into her office and goes, this is the weirdest shit ever, but in the best possible way. That's what he said. Anyways, it was hilarious. So it just goes to show, all you have to do is walk through a parking lot, and you may have an entire group of admirers that stop at nothing to find out who the fuck you are. Anyways. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gotta love story time.
It's hilarious.
Okay, should we actually get into this book now?
I guess.
We're gonna have to read the triggers.
Oh, man.
We'll say spoiler warning while we're looking up the triggers. Spoiler warning for Lights Out by Navessa Allen.
Yes.
There will be a lot of triggers. I'm going to say mask, knife, murder, edging, hospital-related injuries.
Okay, I found it.
Kidnapping.
So trigger warnings, sexually explicit discussion and scenes, including anal play, alcohol consumption, mention of off-page rape, mention of past domestic abuse, memories of experienced child abuse, medical content, blood and gore in a hospital setting, discussion of mental health, mention of serial killers and their crimes, limited description of a mass shooting. I don't remember that either.
It was a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
It was at the hospital.
Stalking, invasion of privacy, very much so. Home invasion, hidden cameras, hacking, theft, mention of unintentional cannibalism, remembered.
Yeah, I know that. That's
okay.
him talking about his dad.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Cook meat.
Jeez, yes. Death, desecration of a body, car accident, remembered. Description of a violent death, remembered. Death of a parent, breath play, knife play, gun play, fear play, primal play, mask play. Oh, and there's a whole playlist on her website too.
Oh, sweet.
For Lights Out.
Okay, cool.
I love when authors do that.
Fun. Yeah, sets the vibe.
Yeah.
We already talked a little bit. We both liked it. My initial thoughts, do you think, this is a genuine question, do you think the serial killer dad thing would bother you? As much as you trusted him, as much as we have listened to true crime and know about it, do you think that you could get over it?
It would be really hard. Like, I mean, it's a good thing for them that, like, going into that, she didn't know. Mm-hmm. Like, that would have been a really difficult barrier. But once she found out and, like, talked to the roommate about it, because she already trusted him and knew him, mm-hmm. I feel like that helped. But I would just always kind of have it in the back of my mind, like, maybe. Yeah. Maybe things are going a little too far sometimes.
Yeah. No, I would always be wondering about that too. Is like, okay, he's obviously got some similar interests as Daddy Dearest. Is it ever going to get to where what we're doing at the beginning of our relationship, where most people are having missionary sex, we're getting freaky? What happens when he gets bored and wants to, like, okay, so we started doing anal. Like, usually you get into that a couple years later, and then you have something else, and then the butt spanking, you know what I mean? Like, you start out vanilla. These people started out black coffee. I don't know where you go from here. That would be my thought. Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, you don't have any room to grow.
Yeah. Maybe bondage, but I just don't even know. Yeah.
Like, within a couple of weeks. We've done all the BDSMs.
Yeah.
Don't let Keaton edit this episode.
Definitely not.
No, yeah, that was my thought. Is that always going to be a worry? I say yes. Is it gonna be in the back of your mind? Yeah. Like, I can't even forget some stupid shit my husband has done 10 years ago that doesn't matter because I bring it back up anytime I get mad at him. And it's like, does it even matter? No, but I don't forget it. You think I would forget if his dad was a serial killer?
Definitely
I don't
not.
know. That'd be hard. You aren't your parents, but at the same time, he has some similar interests.
And we've shown time and time again that our parents can fuck us up.
Yep.
In ways that we don't even know.
Yep. So, that's an interesting thought. We were talking about this earlier. I cannot picture the cat squeal noise.
I thought it was funny because, I mean, obviously I listened to it, but she was like, yowl!
Yeah.
I was like, what? I don't think I've ever heard a cat do that, but I'm not around a lot of cats either. Like,
me too. That was the only thing about this book that gave me the ick was that they were cat people.
Yeah. And like the fact that she was like, I don't trust anyone that's not a cat person. I'm like, well, that's a lot of people. So
yeah, like I don't trust anyone who's not a dog person. If someone says to me, I don't like dogs, I immediately don't like you. Because dogs are the purest things in the world.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that, I think you're a psychopath. 100%. If you don't see a dog and want to get on the ground and hug it, I don't even know who you are. I don't.
I don't want to.
Or if you meet my dog and you don't like pet him or say hi, I'm like, excuse me, look at this gentleman. Like, what are you doing? Anyways, yeah, that the cat noise, I was like, I know 2 noises cats make, and that's and meow. So, I don't know what a yowl is, but I just kept picturing Maya yelling because Maya is my Siberian Husky, and she likes to yowl. But it very much sounds like a dog, but that's what I was putting in my head at that.
Yeah. I think it could be similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to flag or that you liked, didn't like, favorite moments?
I thought it was hilarious how he like almost their first interaction was like, you don't treat my child or don't treat our child like that. Like talking about the cat. It was like, do I need to draft a joint custody agreement for Fred?
Oh my gosh, the way he talked about the cat was hilarious. And I think that's so what made her fall in love with him, honestly. Like, that was it.
Yeah, because she was like, he doesn't like anybody, like, especially not males. Mm-hmm. But he likes you.
Yeah.
It's like, I kind of feel betrayed.
Yep. No, I thought the whole cat storyline was funny as far as, like, him liking him. And then them getting another cat.
They got another one, yeah. The notes I have are just, this is how I die, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, she comes home, she's like, oh, this masking is how I die, because he's definitely going to take me out. Like,
is there really people, like, unrelated? I mean, I guess it is related. Is there people in real life on the internet that do what he did?
I'm willing to bet.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a mask, but the guy with the motorcycle helmet.
I've seen him
that, like,
try to pick up girls. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
He'll go to Barnes and Noble in his motorcycle helmet. And, like, hold a quart of Mist and Fury.
And then, I mean, Marshmallow. Like, you never see him without his mask or whatever that
I think that's
headpiece
so that
is.
he can live a normal life, right? People don't
I
actually
think so,
know what
yeah.
he looks like.
Yeah.
Sia and her hair.
Yeah. So I think some people probably do it for, certain reasons, but some people just do it because they want to have some anonymity and some privacy to their own life. Like, even Dolly, like, if you saw her out in the wild, not at some publicity thing, you'd never recognize her from what I've heard.
Oh, really?
She has brown hair, not even blonde hair.
Oh,
the
so her
blonde is a wig.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she wears, like, normal jeans and t-shirts, which I don't know how you could with those. Like, that's still pretty noticeable. Yeah. But you never suspect it if you see this lady with giant boobs that's a brunette
Mm-hmm.
and didn't have makeup on, like lashes and all of the stuff. So I was like, I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, I don't know that I would follow someone like that to that extent, like she did, like commenting on every single post of his and
Yeah.
people noticing like when he never had followed anybody until he followed Allie.
Mm-hmm. Her name on Instagram is actually really funny too. Allie
Yes.
Oxenfree. I was like,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah. But all these people were immediately like, are you looking for a third?
Yeah. Like, okay, y'all escalate real quick.
But at the same time, like I've seen it. I see people like fangirl over celebrities like that. So
Yeah.
it's funny and ironic, but not really.
Yeah.
It's real life and it happens. People go ballistic over celebrities.
She started joining in his videos too, right? That was how it ended.
She I think she was just helping like record them.
Oh.
Don't remember whether she like got in one or not.
I should remember. I just finished it, but
um, but yeah, that she was like praise kink unlocked.
oh,
Like,
that
I
was
didn't
funny.
know I had a praise kink, but whew,
I
when
think
he said I
everybody
was a
does.
good girl.
Honestly, I think everybody does.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want some form of praise every once in a while?
Yeah, to some extent.
I really liked the way because it kind of combined a couple different stories, like the way that she like reconnected with her family and brought them into this because they needed a cleaner, like
Yeah.
in Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark.
Yep.
But also the like kind of the darkness of it. Like he's like when what's his face came to the door and he was like, well fuck, this is gonna be bad if we call the cops and this guy's breaking in and I'm wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Because his identity wasn't out of the box yet. She knew though.
oh for sure. And he was like, just so we're clear, like, you haven't invited any other masked
Yeah.
men to break into your house and do this, right? Like, I don't want to step on any toes here.
Yeah, no, that part cracked me up. And then she like joked around and was like, just the one guy or something. He was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Their banter was cute too, how they were always joking around. I liked that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, very funny. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yep.
Okay, anything else to add? Are we ready to put a bow on it for the day?
Yeah. I think that's it. Any idea what we want to do for next week? I don't.
I don't. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll look through both of our Goodreads.
All right. Go follow our socials: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Open booked. Subscribe or follow us on any and all of them. We put out new episodes every Friday, and I think that's it. So we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.